I made a short video a while back showing a DIY spinner, kind of as like a proof of concept idea, and I really like the effect, so I wanted to go ahead and make a couple different designs to see if I can't get some similar results. A couple things that I want to say beforehand is I don't think these are going to be as impressive as the spinners you would actually buy because the duration on those spinners is going to be a lot longer. These are probably going to all be relatively short-lived. And because I am going to be modifying the rockets and actually gluing them to the plywood, I don't necessarily think that's the safest thing. And it could end up being pretty sketchy. So I don't recommend people try to recreate this at home. This is more of me just trying to explore my own curiosity and see if I can't make some different spinner designs that have a decent effect. This is going to be the test for one rocket. This is our center hole right here. And all these are going to be spinning on a little nail, just a little roofing nail. For this single one, I'm going to be using a jumbo whistling bottle rocket, and because I am only using one rocket, it is obviously going to be unbalanced, so it might be a little bit squirrely, but also because this rocket is so small, it might not even be enough to actually spin this. For this design, I'm going to be using two rockets, these slightly larger rockets, these blue streaks. And because they are slightly larger, it's probably going to spin quite a bit faster, and it might be a little bit sketchy in that regard. For this triangle, going to be going back to the smaller rockets. I've got these clustering bees, and I was going to put them oriented like this, or maybe at a slight angle, but I think I'm going to actually place them all like this. I'm hoping that this orientation is the best way to transfer the energy from the rockets to actually make this thing spin. For the square, still going to be using smaller rockets. We're going to be using flying color butterfly rockets. And same thing, I was going to put them at an angle in the corners, but I think the most efficient way is going to be just like this. For this first round one, it's going to closely resemble the one I made for that short video. I'm going to be using these 8-ounce rockets. The main difference is I'm going to try to put 6 on here instead of 4 to see how that does. And I'm also going to leave these caps on for this one because underneath this cap is a real thin piece of paper. That's all that's protecting this. And in my first video, I think when I lit it and then I spun it, a spark went from that fast fuse and burnt through this paper. So one of the rockets actually went in reverse, and that slowed it down considerably, not to a complete stop, but it still had a decent effect on it. So I'm going to leave those caps on to protect it. With this second round one, I'm going to try to fit 8 rockets on here. I'm gonna use these Fierce Tigers. Same thing, I'm gonna keep the end cap on, and this one might have a high probability to be annoying because I know these Fierce Tigers, they are screeching rockets, and 8 of those is probably gonna be a little much.